Alright, now that we've finished the Angler's Tunnel and we have the flippers, our access to new and amazing things is greatly increased now that we can swim everywhere. First of all, we're going to come to this cave over here and we're going to learn ourselves a new ocarina song for the low, low price of free. Let's talk to Mambo, the child of the sunfish. I sure do. It's right here in my A button. Ha 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 ha! Then I can teach you my song. 1, 2, 3, hit it. Yeah! Oh! You've learned Mambos Mambo. We will not actually play it, because when you're outside on the map, it takes you to a certain spot. Why can I not access my pause menu from here? I guess I'm going to have to get outside first. Okay, yes, we're going to put the ocarina up for now. Mambos Mambo will send you to Mambos Pond, which is a little bit far from here. It's actually outside a place we haven't been and will never go to, which is Crazy Tracy's medicine spot, where you can get medicine that will refill your health should you happen to run out. But I don't need the medicine, so I'm not going to bother buying any. It's actually pretty expensive for what it is. But it'll send you to Mambos Pond. We're going to stop here and get a piece of heart. This looks like an empty room, but if you dive near the middle, piece of heart, there you go. But that song will send you to Mambos Pond, which actually might be a little bit convenient right now. I'm actually going to go ahead and play it, so I'll go ahead and sample it for you first. No, why did I... Wow, that was a pretty rapid A button press. Okay, I can't actually play my ocarina in the water. Multitasking, Link, hello! But I'll show you where it takes you. Mambos Mambo actually has a different use that's much more... It has a different function that's much more useful. So you play Mambos Mambo, and you're taken to this little place right here. This is Crazy Tracy's medicine spot. You go in here, you can buy medicine from her. And now you see, here's what I wanted to happen. Here's what was going to happen inevitably anyway. As you can see, there's now a ghost trailing after us. This ghost wants something done, but he or she is not really all that talkative, so we're going to have trouble getting out of this ghost what we want. We're just going to keep traveling until it tells us something that we can go off of. It'll take a few screens, but eventually the ghost will speak. We're actually very near where we need to take the ghost, so it would behoove us to go that way, actually. We're going to cut through Mabe Village and go to somewhere near Taranbo Shores. We don't have quite enough for the bow yet, actually. I thought we would by the time we got out of Angler's Tunnel, but don't worry, we'll make the money we need. I am not worried about that at all. Well, this ghost had better start talking, or I'm going to get really upset. Because I need the ghost dialogue to kind of open up the way for some exposition here. Why don't we just walk in a circle until the ghost says something? This is a good spot in which to walk in a circle. And yes, the ghost makes that noise every time you pass onto a new screen. Might not be saying anything because I'm actually getting close to where the ghost wants to go. The ghost wants to go see its old house, which is over somewhere on the beach. And how I wish I could use the piece of power to kill the ghost. That would only be a dream. But yeah, if you kind of get off course and you kind of wander around and do your own thing, the ghost will say, I need to go to the beach. He'll talk about a house on the beach, which is somewhere over this way. We need to keep going east. I'm kind of just fooling around killing enemies. Kind of rupee farming, but not really. And actually having a lot of success because alright, nice. Well, hearts from them, but... Okay. And skip the monkey. And now only one screen over, we will find a house. Okay, one more screen over, we'll find a house. Here, enter my house. The ghost just kind of wants to have a little nostalgia trip type thing. Wow, That's actually pretty depressing. You misspelled cemetery, ghost. Take me, my grave. And that is not too far from here either. It's actually by the witch's hut where we got the powder. So let's go back there now. Alright. We are almost at the grave from the witch's house where you got the magic powder. You just come here and there's the grave over there. I have a feeling we should probably dig in that little spot right there. But first we're going to return to the, we're going to return him to his house. A jar in my home. Look inside. So we have a reason to go back to his house. And it's actually a moderately good reason in the big scheme of things. Yeah, I wish it had been even more time. Get out of my face. You must dive into the waters of Martha's Bay to enter the catfish's maw. We'll be going there soon, but we have a lot of things to get first. I have a feeling we're very close to some good times here. So I'm going to go and I'm going to dig right here because a place surrounded by plants always looks mildly suspicious. And again, I was right. How many are we up to now? 16. We're very close to our big prize. And now we're going to go in here, and this place will reveal, I do believe, a piece of heart. Yep, right over there, right across the way. We're going to have to first equip our Rock's Feather so we don't make any stupid falls like that again. And then we're going to have to get out bombs. You want to... Okay, you don't want to set bombs into the pit either. You want to set it right next to the cracked rock, and I think we can make this with a Pegasus boot run. It looks ideally designed for hookshot use, but we should be able to make this if we jump right as we start running. Not like that. Okay. There we go. Already 3/4 of the way to another heart container. We're doing pretty dang awesome. So let's get out of here, and that's going to dump us in Tabal Wasteland. So we're nowhere near where we need to be at the moment, so we're going to go back to the ghost house and see what that thing in the jar was that he was talking about. But first, I was about to actually cut out and go off camera, but I see now we have enough rupees to go get the bow. The bow is necessary for Catfish's mod. You need to have it for that particular dungeon. So if you haven't gotten enough money to get a bow by this point, you need to do some fundraising. That or steal it, which I will show you in a future video. But the bow costs 980 rupees, and we're going to buy it legit. We saved up for it. Alright, and we can also buy arrows at our own leisure now. We have 20 arrows at the moment. We can get more. But now, we're going to go to the guy's house. So, now that we've purchased the bow, which is integral to our future adventures, we'll be right back. Alright, let's see what we can find in the guy's house here. He said to look in a jar, so that means pick up pots and do some investigating. I think it's in the very bottom corner over here. Yep. Seashell number 17? Yep, and we're just going to go on getting more and more of these things. In fact, we should be able to find enough now that we should be able to go to the Seashell Mansion soon and claim our wonderful prize, because you need 20 seashells in order to do that. Number 18 is just across the way if I can make that jump, like not a doofus maybe. Let's go ahead and duck Zora's shots, and then the other one is going to be just under this plant right here. Now we should be able to get through another part. We tried this earlier. Get out of my way, Zora. He always plants himself right at the bottom of those stairs for some reason. Really annoying spot for him to be in, but yes, I'm going to take yet another hit. But it's all in the name of good old-fashioned exploring. And I'm going to do this, and now I have flippers so I can swim in the bay, which is very important. First of all, we can't get to the next dungeon without the flippers, because it's situated right in the middle of the water. Here we go. This is another one of those spots where you can have more items added to your inventory. Just go in here, and there we go. Get out our magic powder, and we're going to go through this whole spiel again. I think he's going to ask us to refill magic powder, but I want maximum arrows. I went and bought the bow first so I could get my arrows maxed out, because I was pretty sure I could get to this point now. Alright, I am ready for your revenge. I'll let you carry more magic powder. Yeah, no, I'm not going to bother. No, fine, I'll let you have more arrows. That's what I'm going for right there. Yes. Zap me with that lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. You deserve it. I'll say I do. I took all this time to come here. Alright, and now we have 60 arrows. Just like we got 60 bombs when we got our bomb complement increased, we have 60 arrows. Which I don't think we're going to need that many for Catfish's mob, but it certainly can't hurt. So now back to more exploring. Alright, we're at Candlelit Castle, and we're not going to find a seashell here, but a piece of heart. I'm going ahead and getting this piece of heart now because, in my opinion, it's probably the hardest piece of heart to find in the entire game. We're going to swim around the moat of Candlelit Castle, such as it is. It's got the place where we went to the Angler's Tunnel to unlock it up above it, but we're going to go around somewhere around here, I believe it is. I think it's on the next screen down. We're going to be looking for that piece of heart somewhere in these waters. It's somewhere, I think, on this screen. I'm just gonna kind of left to right this. Nope, I think it might be a screen down then, actually. You do have to dive to find it, however, and it is a tricky one. It's just somewhere just sitting in the middle of this freaking moat. There it is. Alright, and that gave us a new heart container. It should be fitting that a piece of heart so hard to find would give us a whole heart container. Now we're charged back up to full. Let's get back on dry land and get back to finding seashells then. Alright, we're back in the Tall Mountains. Back near where we dropped in on Angler's Tunnel, but now we can go a little bit farther. We're not going to go too much farther because we don't need to yet, and because it would prove kind of difficult, but we're going to go ahead and find our last 2 seashells up here. Actually, there are 25 secret seashells in the game. You don't have to get all 25, however, to get the prize from the Seashell Mansion. You only need 20, and those last 2 that we're going to find are most easily found up here in the mountains. We're going to have to watch out because one of those rocks can actually walk, so he might give us some grief unless we jump over and fake out. Ha ha ha. Okay, and I totally whiffed here, actually. One of these is going to have it. I need to, there we go, kill him, pick up his rock. Hey, gave us a fairy, awesome. There's the seashell, alright. And now we need to make our way back down. Be careful not to walk off the bridge or fall down any holes in the bridge. And we're going to come back around and we're going to do a little bit of cave exploring. Just enough to find ourselves a seashell. And then we're going to backtrack immediately. We're going to keep going this way now. And do just the ever so slightest bit of cave exploring. We're going to go in this room right here. And we're not going to go any farther than this room right here. You see this single patch of sand right here? We're going to bomb right here. You could clank the wall, but that piece of sand is a pretty good hint by itself. So we're just going to come up out of here, and we're going to go up the stairs. And that will eventually lead us outside. Well, first we get all these rupees right here. But we have to be very careful because some of them are in arrangements where if we block them off, we won't be able to get to them. They all contain 20 apiece. So, let's see. I'm not gonna worry too much about arrangements here. I know you have to do that one like that and probably this one like this, but from here I'm not really that interested in figuring out the puzzle. Let's see, maybe this and this. No. Well, okay, I'm content with getting 4 of them. That's 80 out of 100 rupees. But that chest will be voided out once we leave the room. We won't be able to get it. Yes, we will. Maybe? I can probably push this down. No, I already pushed it down. Dang. Well, we won't ever be able to get the 20 in that chest, but it's not imperative or anything. Gonna go ahead and kill the Tektite, get our 20th seashell, and now you're gonna see what we get for finding all 20. Make sure I got 20. Yes, we do. Let's head back to the Seashell Mansion then. We have 20 seashells. Let's step forward and redeem them for our prize. Boy, that meter's kicking pretty fast. There it is. A better sword, the level 2 sword, which when we have full health, will shoot beams out of it. I will. D-U-D-E, dude. And if you don't have full health, the Seashell Mansion is kind enough to fill it for you so that you can test it out. Very nice. And we will be using this against certain enemies in the Catfish's Maw. But that's about the earliest point you can get it. So I recommend getting it after the Angler's Tunnel, but before Catfish's Maw. So that's not all for today. We're done with the seashells, but before we take off today, we're not going to go to Catfish's Maw today because we've run enough errands, I think, as it is. Oh, gotta pick up some health so I can keep on shooting those sword beams. Yeah! And the sword beams are definitely more powerful. It's like having a piece of power when you have full health. So, yeah, it's pretty amazing. And you'll definitely want to try to keep full health at all times. But now, we're going to go to the animal village and do what more of the trading cycle that we can. If you'll recall, the most recent thing we got was a hibiscus flower from Papa when we gave him the pineapple. Now we're going to go back to the animal village and trade in for the next part of that particular sequence. I think you can even kill these guys with the, yep, you can kill them with the beams as well. And they usually drop things like bombs and arrows, those guys. I don't know their names, but that's pretty nifty. Unfortunately, you can't cut down plants or anything with the sword, which is a bit of a bummer. But we're going to go through now, and we're going to go to the house of a lady right there. She is, some kind of puppy goat woman writing a letter. We're going to give the hibiscus flower to her so she can put it in her little pot. I certainly will. Will you listen? Sure, because that's the only way to get to the item that we're going to be needing to get. I would like you to take this letter to a Mr. Wright who lives on the border of the mysterious forest, please. So we're going to be headed that way now. Great. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel, but it'll be a lot faster if we take the warp from Animal Village over to... We should by now have located the warp that's near the Angler's Tunnel keyhole, so we can do this pretty quickly, actually. We'll just need to take a cycle of warps until we get there, unless that's the next one in the sequence. We found 3 of the 4 of those things by now. I'm going to go ahead and step into this one. I sure hope I found it. I have. There it is, right next to that Tektite. So let's go ahead and kill him. That thing sounds like it's even killing things off screen. So we're going to pass through over to the swamp now. And we're going to give the letter to Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright does, in fact, live on the border of the mysterious forest. From this point, he's going to be just past the swamp. So we're going to go and we're going to take our bracelet out and move this rock that somehow always seems to get back there. Oh, a guardian acorn. I've got awesome sword power. Now I need awesome health power. I'm pretty much unstoppable right now. I am pretty amazing, not gonna lie. Can I kill the swamp flowers with the beam? I'd like to know. I guess we'll see in just a second, won't we? Can't even kill him by throwing rocks at him, but nope, even the sword beams will not work. It's pretty much bow wow or nothing. Although I think when you get the boomerang later, you are able to get rid of them with that particular conveyance. And am I going to be stuck here? I sure hope not. That would be awfully silly. No, I'm not stuck. Okay, good. Mr. Wright is just across the way, just to the left of this telephone booth here, where we could talk to Elryra for a hint if we wanted, but we're better than that. So off we go to see Mr. Wright. It sure is. He looks kind of like Mr. Wright from SimCity, except, well, not so mustachy, I think, unless that's his beard. He's got a really goofy looking face, come to think of it. I think you are in for a surprise, Mr. Wright. Yeah. Wow, this is like pre-internet trickery, too. Christina's pretty sly. Looks like all I have is this broom. That'll be fine, because we're going to take it to Mabe Village for the next part of the trading cycle, and that's where we're going to end today. And the person who needs the broom is just a couple screens left of the trendy shop. There's a phone booth right there in Mabe Village, if you want to call it. But standing outside is Elryra's wife, and she's so insane that she doesn't even have a broom in her hands. I think we could probably relieve some of that insanity. Or maybe not, by giving her a broom. Yes, please take it, you insane old woman. You can have this fishing hook. Well, alright. That sounds okay, I guess? What will the fishing hook become? Oh, wouldn't you like to know? Wouldn't you like to know? But you're not going to find out until a few installments from now, because in order to continue the trading cycle, we're going to need to get the hook shot. And we'll be getting the hook shot in Catfish's Maw, which we will go to tomorrow.